Hey guys, it's Amy. I'm a few minutes early, but I'm just gonna hang out here for a few minutes and allow people to get on to the Facebook Live. I'm hoping it will show up on my computer. This is only like the second or third time I've done this, so we're still working out our kinks. Finally got a different phone. Yay! So we can actually do the Facebook Live with my old phone and then use my other phone so I can actually see your comments, which is gonna be great, I hope. And then of course my hubby is doing school, so he's behind us doing school. He'll be my cameraman when I need him to move it down. Oh no, I see in Louisiana we've got a tornado watch over in Mississippi. Yuck. You guys stay safe and dry. And I know Robin won't be able to see us today. She's off at another class. Yay, Robin. But while we're hanging out and waiting, I'm going to show you guys some of the paper pumpkins that are going on. The new one just came out, and it's the Winter Wonderland, I think, part 1. And I'm going to open this one up and let you see. This is the advertisement I'm sure everybody's seen. And here's the little stamps that come in it. You can see those. Can they see that, Tim?
I can't tell because you've got the camera mount right now. Yeah, you can see it.
Okay. And then the actual cards are these guys right here. Aren't they beautiful? I mean, I just love the birch trim. I can think of several different things to do. I'm sure my granddaughter, who I buy the paper pumpkins for, is going to have a field day with that one. She's been making cards to send to some of my Stampin' Up! Friends that have been giving her some supplies, and she's so uber excited to have her own Stampin' Up! Stuff. Refresh the screen, babe.
I'm such an idiot.
Once he refreshes the screen, we might be able to see it. Let's see, and scroll down. I'm trying to see if I can find it on... Ah, there we are! Now, babe. Excuse me one second while I figure out how to show him to share. Under me? My business, so go home.
Right here. Hold on. What's happening now? Watch.
Yeah.
So, you go back in front of the camera. That's not what I need.
Okay, guys, I'm coming back. I'm not sure he's able to figure out
Just throw things at you.
what we're doing here. So we're trying to get to share it. So if you are watching this video, please set up a watch party or share the video so we can get some more people. If I get a couple of people on and we get some shares, I will pull someone out of the shares and I will send you guys a blog candy.
Let's see.
He found it! Yay! Alright, I hope everybody's here and having a good time and a good day. We've got just about another minute. So I hope you're enjoying your day and I hope you're staying dry in South Louisiana. I heard it's raining. It is uber cold here. Well, it is for us Louisiana standards. It was 40-ish this morning when we woke up. It's probably in the 60s now. Actually, no, it's only 54. Thus the long sleeve shirts. Had to buy a whole new entire wardrobe. So, we have our watch party going. Yay! Alright, are we ready to get going? So, I'm going to have Mr. Cameraman roll it down so you guys can see what I'm doing. Alright, here we go. Are we good? This is the card we're going to make today. And it is done with the Gathered Together bundle. The Here's a Card, which has got some uber great sentiments. We're going to use It's All Messy, the hair, the house, the heart, life. I have another one that I'm going to put on there that says, I can't even begin to count all the times we've laughed together. And the inside should say, mostly because numbers are hard. My friend Rachel will really get that. And then it also includes a little lace. Now, I'm not using any of these dies, or any of these stamps, should I say. But the die This is the die. Look at that, how detailed that is. Look at all that stamped image. This is what it comes out to be. Once it's all cut out and pretty, it's just gorgeous. I love it. I've made several different cards with this. If you follow my blog, you know about the cards that I've done with it. And it also comes with this little edge piece, which is what we're going to use to make these. Alright, so let's get going. Here's the card. I'm going to move it out of the way so we don't get it all messed up. First things first, let's do these leaves that I've made out of the Gather Together bundle. You could even do this. This is with the blends right here, which I love the blends, but I really wanted more of a fall effect for this one. So I have went ahead and I have copper embossed a leaf here, and I'm going to cut it out, and then we're going to do the baby wipe method. And if you don't know the baby wipe method, we're going to do it right here for you. What I've got in this is just a Tupperware dish. It is a wet baby wipe, and we're going to take 3 inkers, and I have several different colors, and I just am going to take a little green, which I don't think I have green in the original card, and you just dip them a little everywhere. And my husband's like, you use so much ink and you waste it. And I was like, not really. It's only a couple of drops of each flavor. And then once you get all the colors on there that you want, you will run some water over it or put a little spray bottle over it, which you'll see. Now, you're probably wondering what colors I've used. I've used Old Olive, Pumpkin Pie, Soft Suede. I have Crushed Curry now, which this is one of my favorites for this card because I just like the Crushed Curry. It says fall to me. It's kind of a goldeny color. Crushed Curry and Cajun Craze are my favorite fall colors. This is Cherry Cobbler. Just a little bit of that red because it's so bold. And you try to hit some of these other spots in here. And then we're going to put some Blackberry Bliss, another good fall color. And I'm going to come in here and do this really close so that way we can get these. Here we go. That should be good. Alright, let me move these out of the way. And take my water. Of course, this is also what we call the cat tormentor. We use it around the house to spray the cats when they're being bad. This one's not. There we go. And I'm just going to spritz this so it kind of helps blend these colors. See how they're expanding out? Alright, while that sets up a little bit, we're going to dry my hands, number one. We're going to cut out this leaf, this gold embossed leaf, that I now have ink all over my hands. And I'm embossing and cutting over here on the side because, you know, being in the tiny house, you don't really have a whole lot of room to do this kind of thing. But that's okay. We'll make do. Alright, if you want to know, these are the dies for the Gather Together bundle. And unfortunately, I think they're on back order right now or have low inventory. So, yeah, that's never fun. Especially when you really want something. And here are the stamps that go with this bundle as well. This is the leaf I'm using that I've stamped and embossed with. And I'm going to cut it out with this die. Now I will bring the big shot over when we cut that lace so you can see exactly how to use the lace. Where's the top? Here we go. And I have learned using the lace die that you really need good, clear plates. But I don't have those. I need to get some more. Alright, so I have this all cut out. And what I'm literally going to do is just turn it over, blot it in here, rub it just a little bit so it gets, and see how the colors have come out. And if you don't like what you get, you just move it around. So it gets nice and colored. All those different yummy colors. Here we go. It's got a lot of red and purple. That's what makes every card unique. We're going to sit this over here on the corner so it can dry up. And move this out of the way. Let me wash off my hands a bit. Or I have ink everywhere. Not that I don't have ink everywhere. And Mr. Romeo, I don't know if you can see him, he is down there rubbing on the tripod of the camera. Isn't that nice? Now, I do have other leaves that we've used. I've used this one. This is done with the same technique, but once you, this particular die is what we use to cut it out. If you see, it's does an impression as well. So it embosses and cuts out the leaf. Once you dip it in the color, it kind of pulls out that impressed die on it. So, but that's okay. What I'm going to do is just set it back in its leaf like this and run it back through the embossing machine, and it should put that impression right back in there for us. And by the way, the embossing machine is just a big shop, or any 6/6 product that you can get that does die cutting with die cuts and that kind of thing. And see there, it comes out. Can you see the different textures on that? Isn't that pretty? So those are the leaves we're going to use on our card. Now, next thing we're going to do is we're going to get our dies, take this lattice that we've got, and we're going to cut it so that we're going to get, where's my other, we're going to get this edge right here. You want this edge so that all of these can intertwine together. I've already got these cut out, but I'm going to show you how to cut them, because I need another one to go inside the card. So they're going to interlock like this when we lay them down. So I have some that are already cut out like this, but I want to use the crushed curry. So give me a second. We'll put the big shot over here, and you can watch how we do that. Yeah, I'm looking for the die cut that I just had a second ago. Here it is. It's hiding. Here we go. We're going to use this one to cut this out. Now, when you do cut these, you run them through several different times. I will add a link to a video of a lady who showed us, oh, you can't even see what I'm doing here, can you? I hope so. One of the ladies that I watched how to use this particular die, and she said having your plates like this lovely all cut up, yeah, that's not a good idea. It causes for more, having to use more passes and use a shim, and that's the problem. So I'm gonna have to go get another one. And also, she suggests when you do that big die to turn it so that your paper is laying on top of the die and then running it through in your sandwich, running it through that way. But I'll attach that video in the comment section and on the blog post. So we're gonna take this one, and I want to cut out this edge so that I will get another little edge so I can interlock them together. Ah, it's in my hand. I'm very blonde today, guys. Sorry. We're going to turn this way, and we're going to lay it just so that it comes around these little dots like a lace pattern, and just make sure it's even. And there we go. And we're literally, I'm using the magnetic platform and 2 clear plates, which aren't very clear anymore. And you just need to run this one through just once. And it comes right off for you. There you go. We've got this piece for the inside. Now, to get the interlocking pieces, you want to have this jagged edge right here. And we're going to run it through one more time on the opposite side. Make sure we get it even. I love this set. I just love lace. It's always been a favorite of mine, even as a little girl. You could ask my mother. Lace on my panties. Grandma had to sew lace on all my pockets of my pants. It was bad. And I even had it on my underwear if I had to wear a dress. Alright, so now you see that you've got this side and the nice pretty lacy side. So now, let me move this. You would be able to interlock them together. Just like that. Alright, I'm going to move that out of the way. We're going to use these. So next thing I did is I stamped some pumpkins in Memento ink. And I've got them right here. And we're going to do all of these. Let's see, I think I might have some of them already done. and I didn't like the way this one came out. So we're going to go ahead and redo them all. And I've got my blends for this. I have a light Cajun Craze, and I have a dark pumpkin. Is this pumpkin? I should have another one. That's probably what dropped. And then I have Mossy Meadow, light and dark. Excuse me one second while I find my light pumpkin. Here we go. Here's light pumpkin. Apparently Romeo knocked it off onto the windowsill. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my light pumpkin. And I'm literally just going to color in the pumpkin. And I'm only going to do a few sections at a time, because as long as it's wet, it will pick up that color better in the dark colors. Now I'm using the light Cajun Craze in this, and I'm putting in some shadows here, right along the edges. There you go. And then I'm going to come back and color the next section with the light pumpkin. And then I'm going to come back in with the dark pumpkin, so it still looks kind of bright and gives some more shadows to this one. And don't worry if you get out of the lines a little bit, it's okay. We're going to cut the sucker out so you won't really see all of that anyway. And then I come back in to blend with my light pumpkin. And once you do that, I'm going to move on to the next one, because if you've got too much on there, you can go and take your white blender pen and pull some of the ink off. Not blender pen, the white Stampin' Blends pen. It will help pull that off. So get this all colored nice and pretty. And that's just with the pumpkin, the light pumpkin. I'm going to put in some of the dark, just in these lines. And I'm going to put a little of this Cajun Craze in here. I like it in the back because it's just a little bit darker. And down here at the bottoms. And you always come back with your lighter color to blend it all in. Still gives it some shadow. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take the Mossy Meadow, the light color, and then just add a tiny bit of dark at the base. So it gives it kind of that dark color. Now I'm going to be right back. I'm going to get that white. And I'm going to pull up some of this right here so it gives it more of a shadow or brightness to it. Because, you know, I want it to look like the light's hitting it right here. There you go. Now let's go ahead and get these other ones done real quick. And again, start with the lighter color. And you color it in. And I stamped with Memento ink. Or you can use StazOn either, or it doesn't matter. But the smaller sections that you do, the better your blending will be. Let's see, Cajun Craze here. And I like to put my darks in these lines here. To me, that's where it says the shadowing should be. You know, it's a pumpkin. And I will put some of the pumpkin, dark pumpkin in here too, just in the shadow. Right over that Cajun Craze. Come back with the light pumpkin. And then move on to the other side. So notice how I've split it in sections to color this. And I'm sure my downline Kim would be uber proud. I'm getting so much better with my coloring. And then add some of this Cajun Craze in here. The trick is to be very light and faint with your strokes, which is hard to do. That's why I don't usually use the narrow tip unless I'm coloring a very fine line, because it's hard for me. I can do, with this tip, I can get into that fine spot. Oh, I'm coloring with the wrong color. Uh-oh. I meant to go back in with my light, but we'll make it work. We'll just make this side of the pumpkin really dark. Alright, now I'm going to come back in with this blends because, you know, I put too much in there. And I'm going to pull out the color here. You won't notice it very much right away because it'll take some time for it to dry because the alcohol will leave it wet. And let's do this gourd. We'll do it in the Mossy Meadow. And then just a touch right down here at the bottom. I'm already getting really inked up. Fun times. Who doesn't like getting inky? Alright, and then we're going to do one more set of pumpkins. Start with the light. I have to remember which one's my light. And I'm going to try to do this one really quickly for the sake of videos. And I know everybody's doing classes. And, well, I'm trying to get space to do a class. I just need to sell my house. So if anybody in Louisiana wants to buy a house, I have a house for sale. Message me, and I'll make sure you get to see it. Alright, let's see. Here's the Cajun Craze again. And for those of you who are on my team, you can look at the website. I have some stuff from the North Carolina demos. They've graciously opened their arms to me and have allowed me to join their groups. There isn't a group like that in Louisiana. I really wish there was, because I have several of my downline that would love to be able to be more involved, but they don't have that down there. So if any one of you wanted to start it, I'm sure I could connect you to find out how to do that, where you could have meetings with other demos and be able to, you know, get together and share ideas and work together and, you know, support each other, which would be great. That is one amazing thing I found being here. It's awesome. Alright, there's my other pumpkins. Let's just do these gourds and we'll be done with these pumpkins and I can cut them out. The beauty of this particular set is there is 2 dies for these. There's more than one, so you can cut out 2 or 3 or 4 sets, but you can cut 2 at a time instead of just 1 at a time like the way they were doing in most sets. Alright, here we go. Let me move these out of our way. And we're going to cut these out and we'll have all of our pieces together and we can assemble our card. See, we've got 2 of the little pumpkins and 1 big pumpkin. And again, I'm using the sandwich with the magnetic platform, if it will let me do this. It wants to move my magnet anywhere it wants, but where it needs to be. And if you hear the dog in the background, that is Roscoe, my daughter's dog. He is outside and he's letting us all know, I'm out here, I'm not inside with y'all, that is not right, it's not fair. And of course my dogs are outside too, you know, Gumbo, Monty, Poophead. Yeah, they're outside. They're probably not very happy with me either, so it's okay. They will be alright. And of course we still have all of our kitties. We've made ramps for them, and they now can get up above the house, above all the tall windows, and they can check out the world outside. Although you would love this, the other day, we had the windows open because it was like 60 degrees outside, and it was just gorgeous. And Romeo apparently pushed on the screen and got himself right outside. So we looked out the window, and there he was, sitting on the steps to the house, freaked out, frozen with fear, literally. We opened the dogs ran outside, and he never moved. He wouldn't even come back inside. We had to literally go pick him up. He was totally freaked out. Alright, there we go. There we've got our pumpkins. Let's put this together. And I also did punch these out just so you can see. I have a piece of copper that it's embossed with clear embossing on the copper with the cracked paint I didn't intend for that to happen. It should have been clear, but that's the only copper I could find to do this card. And then I have this one cut out for our sentiment. These are from the Ornate Dies from the Halloween section in the catalog. That's what we're going to use for our sentiment today. So, let's go ahead and put these on. Get my glue gun here. And I'm just going to start with one at a time. Get my glue all on there. Alright. And I want this one at top, so I'm going to lay it this way. Now let's see, how far down did I go? Well, it doesn't matter. It'll work. Either one of them is fine. Then I'm going to do the red, the cherry cobbler. The first one I put down is soft suede cardstock. And then you're just going to literally put this in here so that it interlocks in there and it will become flat. It will fit right in for you. And then I'm going to do the cherry or crushed curry as my third color. And these will be a little long and you'll need to trim them off, and that's fine. So you can put this one down so it matches the same way you did the other one. There you go. And I'm going to trim this off real quick. See how it's over the edge? Get some of my big scissors here. I mean, you could send this through your trimmer if you want. I have the new trimmer. I will say I love it. The blades are so much better than the old one. But I did find one problem I really didn't like. I'll show you that in a few minutes. It doesn't have the numbers on it, so you can't see your measurements as well as you could on the old trimmer. So I think I'm going to find a way to get a sticker ruler and put it on top of it. Alright, there we go. We've got that. Now I'm going to put my big pumpkin and my little pumpkins here on the bottom. I'm going to use dimensionals on the big one. Find some dimensionals here. And I'm not a big person of putting lots of dimensionals unless it's a really big piece. Like my leaf, when I put dimensionals on it, I will probably put quite a few on it. It still doesn't want to come off. Alright, there we go. Just going to place this right in the center. There we go. And then these two I'm going to just glue down. And you could actually do a reverse mirrored image for the glue so that you had large and then small and then large and small, so they all went down. But I didn't take the time to do that. But it is possible, and it would really be really pretty to do that. Alright, there we go. I figured just teaching you a few techniques was good. I didn't need to teach you a whole bunch in one card and make it uber complicated. Alright, put that back. And then we're going to do our leaves and then our sentiment here. So let's see, I'm going to stamp the sentiment. I want to use this set again. It's here's a card. And I'm actually on this one going to use, I can't believe all the times, I can't count all the times we've laughed together. Let's see if I can find it here. They're so hard to read backwards. Here it is. Here it is. And of course the one thing I forgot is a block. So give me a second to find my blocks. Probably in my bag back here. In the tiny house, I use my stamparatus for everything. I don't generally keep blocks around. So and then I did cherry cobbler ink on this card. If I can find it again. There it is. Alright, we've got some cherry cobbler ink. And I'm just going to make sure I got it right. Okay, there we go. And I'm just going to stamp this right in the center. I'm hoping it's straight. It's a little crooked, but that's alright. It'll be fine. And then with this, I'm going to cut this in half and show you how I got this on here so that it looked like it was bigger. Literally just cut it right down the middle. I know people are looking at me going, oh my goodness, why would you do that? It's so pretty. But there is a method to my madness. And see, you just lay it on like this. And you do your other side the same way. And you just kind of layer, and I use a little glue so it gives me a little playroom so I can make sure I've got it just the way I want it. There we go. And leave that dry for a few minutes. And since this is got a lot of extra room, you could go put some little rhinestones or anything you'd like there. Now I'm going to go ahead and do these leaves. I like to curl them a little bit. A little down, a little up. And mind you, these are probably still a little damp, so, but that's okay. It gives it that nice shiny look. And I actually might even take some baby wipe and wipe it off with a clean baby wipe so that you can actually see that embossing techniques much more. There we go. There, you can see that much better now. Alright, now I'm going to put dots on this one as well. See, I wanted this down. And I'm going to kind of leave it in the center so that the leaves have room to curl and do what they need to do. I know it'll change once you stuff it in that envelope, but it's still so pretty. Give me one more. This is the time I load them up. Now I'm going to take them off, and we'll lay this down. Thank goodness for fingernails. I see a lot of people using their pick tool for this, and yeah, either or, didn't matter. Here we go. I'm just kind of lay this way. There you go. Now I'm going to want to put this here, just so it's under, and then I have this extra leaf over here. And I'm using dimensionals for this as well. And I'm literally building this whole thing before I put it on that cardstock for the card base. The card base is in pumpkin pie, in case you're wondering what we're doing. There we go. And this one, I'm literally, oh, my glue is oozing everywhere here, so I have tons of it. Yuck. So I'm going to spread this around. I'll have to get it off my fingers here in a second. And I'm literally just not going to really roll this one too much. And I'm going to tuck it back here. And maybe under this leaf a little bit. There we go. There you go. That's the front of our card. Isn't it beautiful? Okay, now I'm going to set this aside. The inside, I took just another sheet of Very Vanilla. And I stamped a sentiment inside, and then I placed this at the bottom, so it gave it some inside interest as well. And don't forget to do the outsides of your envelopes as well. You know, that's something very hard for me to remember to do, and I really wish I would remember it, because it's just beautiful. It makes it look so much more professional. So there's your bottom. This is Cajun Craze, by the way, but I will have all of the colors and all of the sizes listed in the blog, so you'll get to see that. Now let's stamp our sentiments. And on the inside of this one, I'm going to put, mostly because numbers are hard, because that is a thing that Rachel and I always talked about when we were at crop events. Because, you know, numbers are hard. I think this one's it. Let's see. Mostly because numbers are hard. There we go. I found it. And let's get the Cajun Craze back out. Keep all my ink sentiments the same. And try not to put my shirt in here. It is a new shirt because, you know, we moved to where it's cold. And we needed shirts. Hubby and I both had to buy clothes this time. There we go, and there's our little sentiment. Now, and I just have a basic piece of pumpkin pie cardstock. This one's going to go on the inside. There we go. And then we're going to take our other little piece here and we're going to stick it right on top, just like that. I'm actually going to move it here just a little bit so we don't get all of the leaf, because, you know, the leaf I think is probably a little damp, and I had some other ones that I had done so that they were dry, but that's okay. And place it right down there, and there you have it. That is your card. Let me turn it this way for you. And let's see what to do with my other one. Oh, the other one ran away. It got lost. Here it is, hiding underneath. There they both are. And again, like this one has a little open space. You could put some rhinestones or whatever you felt was more fall. You could even lay another leaf over it. It's entirely up to you. But this is crushed curry, cherry cobbler, soft suede on the brown in the back, very vanilla cardstock, and pumpkin pie as your base. A little bit of copper embossed, and a tie-dyed or baby wipe technique with different colors of inks. So now that I have some baby wipes open and nice and wet, I will probably cut a bunch of leaves and make different leaves for other projects. I didn't just leave them put away, so I have them. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed today's post. Give me a little bit of time to get it all set up, download it, and I'll get it on YouTube for you as well. And then I will have all of the information on the blog as well, so you'll be able to see that. It'll come out this afternoon. This is the hostess code G2UGCMH6, and it's good till the 31st of October. I will have a drawing for anybody who shares or comments on the video today. I hope to see you next time. I'm trying to do these at least once a month. Hopefully we'll get to where we can do them more often. And I also am teaching classes starting in November, I think November 6th, I think it is. Let me see, let me look at my calendar. But I'm going to be teaching at Southern Charmers Country Store. And my first class, we're going to do 4 different events of the same thing. We're going to be doing, I'm trying to find the date for you. Yes, it starts on November 11th. I have my first class. It's at 11 a.m. till 1. It's at Southern Charmers Country Store on Highway 115 in Statesville. We'll be doing gift bags, tags, and a gift card that will all go together. I don't think I've posted it on my blog yet, but it was something I learned from the North Carolina demos. But that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to do one with the gleaming paper and the Christmas toil paper. So I hope to see you there. Y'all have a wonderful day and happy crafting. Bye. Oh wait, I see there's comments, honey.
See what? You got comments?
Yeah. I didn't see any. Bye guys.